Did you get attacked by Dkayed fans? There were, and I'm not gonna lie, chat. This surprised me. There were a lot of Dkayed fans. There were a lot of people who defended Dkayed, who basically were like, "Cat, you don't know what you're talking about. DK is Robin Hood. He's justice. He's Batman. He's just the Dark Knight. He's the Dark Justice. He made the playing field even." And it's like, I'm not really mad at that view because there are going like, I don't know. I don't think DK should have did what he did, chat. Like, granted, in the end, the best team won. You get Jesse Cotton's team. And even if Jesse Cotton's team didn't win, you would have had Joshua Smith still. Like, you got basically the best two teams in the world. However, could that have affected who got eighth, who got, top four? Like, yeah. I just don't think it's something that you should do. You shouldn't just leak everyone's deck list. And then people were trying to say, well, Cap, DK got it from, I don't know, some fucking random site that I'd never heard of. And like, why is that relevant? Like, it's not relevant that Dkayed got the information off some site. Dkayed has an audience of like 400,000 just on his YouTube channel. He is, I believe, Chad, he's the biggest Master Duel streamer on Twitch. Like, when you put that out there to your audience, obviously it's going to get more traction than some random, friggin' website. So, that is what it is. DK drama. Man, I ain't gonna lie, Chad. Before, yeah, I was saying this on Toxic Fabled. How many people in Twitch chat? How many of you guys actually watched the How many of you guys actually watched the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship? Because I did not, chat. Last week, all I did was study for my test. I was just like, I don't give a fuck about this. This shit is boring. I'm studying for this test. I did, not me. Man, I was like, thank God something interesting happened, chat. When that DK thing happened and everyone on Twitter and Dash posting stuff, I was like, thank God I got something to talk about. Something interesting. Because what I'm not going to do is post a Fire King Fiendsmith won. Isn't that what one chat? Fire King Fiendsmith? It was the guy, Ruben. Like, that's cool and everything. Just, to me, there was nothing captivating about the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship until that had actually happened. Did you hear Josh's thoughts on leaking of the wait, Josh Schmidt actually talked about this? Hold on. No, I did not.
Want to play Gamma. And so Emra was like,
good Lord. This man be uploading 3-hour streams. Let's see what Josh Schmidt said about the Dkayed situation, chat.
Like,
Wait, for whoever posted this, is this the part where, is there like a specific point where we know Josh Schmidt talks about it, or is it that point right here? Because we are at kind of a random point in the video. Let's see.
I could play Gamma in Centurion, but I also don't have to. Like, I think the other hand traps are also fine. And so I was like, okay, what if we do the following thing? What if we just don't play Gamma so that the opponents just don't know where it is, right? Because if they see Gamma in Emra's Centurion deck, then they don't have to play around Gamma anymore in my Fire King deck. But if they just don't see it, if they don't know where it is, they technically have to always respect it, right? That was my idea. Obviously, that idea went completely out of the window after all of the lists were being posted during round one. So that was kind of unfortunate, but that was...
That kind of sounds like something I said, I don't want to say verbatim, but that kind of sounds like a point that I make in my video, that people will play differently against your deck if they know exactly what's in it. And that in itself can kind of like not just muck up the waters, chat, or muddy the waters, but that can change the outcome of the event. Like, if people know exactly your deck list, they can play differently. Like, I don't need to respect Nib if I know you don't fucking play it, No, how people are going to wait. No, now people are going to know that oh my God. That's not the point that Joshua Smith is making, Hadrian. That's not the point that he's made. Which is interesting. His point is not even that people will adjust because they know what deck I'm playing. His point is that people will adjust because they know the specific cards we're playing or the cards that we're not playing. Again, Nib is... How is Nibiru, chat? How is that not like a prime example? Nibiru is a card that changes how people play the game against you. Do you want to summon more than 5 times? oh, I know that you don't play Nib. Cool, I'll just keep on summoning until I'm blue in the face. If I know for a fact you don't play Nib, then I know for a fact I don't have to play around it. So I will just push all my chips. They talk about it on their other they talk about it more on their podcast. 1 second, let me pull it up.
At least that was the thought behind it. That was the thought behind it. And the other problem was obviously the fact that as soon as anyone with a brain sees this deck, they would probably just stop queuing Yubel into me. And so I ended up just not queuing this deck a single time after the lists got...
I saw this, chat. I thought Blackhorn of Heaven was crazy. I have not seen Blackhorn of Heaven in a billion years. So I was like, yo, there's no way someone played Blackhorn of Heaven. And yet they did. Who doesn't play Nib? I mean, like a deck that doesn't play hand, like a deck like this, like Labyrinth. If you play Lab, you're not playing Nib. Like if you're playing Furniture Lab, probably. But if you're playing a Labyrinth deck that isn't Furniture like, you're not playing Nib. You're not playing hand traps at all. Maybe Nancy.
Except for I queued it in top 4. I queued it in top 4 because I was pretty sure that my Japanese opponent with Yubel was forced to queue Yubel because their other deck was just terrible into fire. Like they had Yubel and then they had a anti-stun, I think, lab deck. So like I think their deck just couldn't risk me playing fire, right? They couldn't risk me queuing fire. And so I was pretty confident they would queue Yubel. They did queue Yubel, and so this deck annihilated them. Even if I didn't draw.
You know, I mean, I guess it kind of does because what does Yubel do against back row, chat? You have one Omni negation, and like that's it. All your other disruptions, Unchained Soul of Rage, SP Little Knight, like Spirit of or Phantom of you, like. Those cards don't do anything against purple cards. And then things like IDP just wrecks Yubel because they can like banish, I don't know, a Phantom. They can banish one of your Yubels and like a Phantom. This card is really good against Yubel. So I don't know about Blackhorn of Heaven. I guess it stops a Phantom from being something, but still a -1 then. That's more in depth. Let's see.
Before we move back to TCG, I just wanted to ask really quick as well. How did you feel about the deck list leak? I wish I included this. So for context for anyone listening, so basically what happened was, there is it
went up 2-1 even after losing.
Damn it! Oh my god, Cypher Duel. I'm sorry. Hold on. I was trying to. Cypher Duels took my attention away. Sorry.
Before we move,
what does Yubel do against Soul Drain? They would probably try to make SP Little Knight and banish it, or maybe Nightmare Phoenix. I'm not sure if that deck plays Nightmare Phoenix or not. Outside of that, Yubel, I mean, their inboard puts a lot of or I mean, it depends if it's already active. If it's not, they will probably just negate it with the rank 10. The rank 10 can negate it, or it could just negate something else and then pop it. So you would need a different floodgate. Like if they already made their board, it's not going to do that much.
Back to TCG, I just wanted to ask really quick as well.
No, I'm sorry,
how did you feel about the deck list leak? Was there? So for context for anyone listening, so basically what happened was,
let's see what he says.
There is it's really cool in some way because you can log into Mastodon and you can watch worlds like in game, like you can spectate the duels like from your client. Like that's legitimately a really cool thing. But naturally, what happens there is people, like everyone has a spreadsheet guy in the background, going through all of the games, spectating and listing all of the cards that they see visibly. Now, what happened was there's this software called untap.gg, which for anyone who plays Hearthstone and I think Magic as well might be familiar. It's like this little secondary software. It's not illegal, but it just tracks everything and it shows you cards that have been used. It shows you the deck list as it starts to slowly build together. Now, what was really weird about this was for some reason, untap.gg software was able to scrape the entire deck list, not just cards revealed. Because it's one thing to record everything that your opponent's doing and say, okay, they've activated a Nib, they've milled an Ash, they've milled a Callbot, and then you take notes of the full deck list like that. Yeah. The difference this time was that Untapped Software had this bug or this glitch that was able to record the entire deck card for card. So, Master Duel Meta used this software, scraped everyone's deck list that was revealed game 1, uploaded the deck list immediately, round 2 of the tournament. Yeah. So that's the context. How'd you feel about that?
I didn't feel very good about it.
Hold on.
Well,
When did this get uploaded? It got. Hold on. Okay. So this got uploaded 11 hours ago. Chat, because what I was going to say is, I wish that I knew about this. I would have included it in my video, but my video's been up for since what, Wednesday? So, obviously I can't include it if it comes out after the fact.
Here's the thing. The problem with this entire situation, I don't have a problem with
Re-upload it. It has
open deck lists in general, but I think such a thing would have to have been communicated before the tournament happened. And I can give you some examples of why that. For example, I felt like we had a disadvantage because of that situation, and I'll tell you why. So there was a few things. First of all, my secondary deck was a complete hard counter to.
Untapped made the information public initially. I don't know why Dkayed is getting all the heat. He got the biggest Master Duel forum by far. Of course, someone will post it there. Why did he need to post it on the front page of the website? Couldn't he have just not done that? Thank you very much, Todd McGee, coming through with the Twitch resubscription. 35 months in a row of grown-ass toddliness. That is almost 3 full years. You're like right on the precipice of 3 full years. And I appreciate that support, Mr. Todd. And then also Aquamades05 coming through. Thank you so much for the also 30. Are you guys like twinsies? Aquamades05 also 35 months in a row of grown ass modiness. Almost 3 full years. And I appreciate that support. Thank you so much to both of you. The problem, Hadrian, is why did Dkayed, the information could have just went. Okay, someone posts it in his forums. All right, just let it be. Why did he have to take that information and then post it on the front page of the website so that it was guaranteed to get spread around by everyone? Like, he didn't have to escalate it. Since we're talking about press 1 if Dkayed is a cop, 4B, he escalated this situation. Like, he didn't have to make sure that the most people possible saw the information. He could have just been like, you know what? Or what I would have done if I was him, I just would have posted it after day 1. Because then you still kind of get first dibs, but it's not like, you're not really liable for anything. Because, like, hey, the results are kind of out there already. But it is what it is. He also accused Judo of cheating. Yeah, I don't even know where that's coming from. It's just deflecting.
To Ubel, right? It was a Labyrinth deck that was completely custom made just to beat Ubel, nothing else. I was not going to queue it into any other decks. That deck had Unending Nightmares. It had Heavy Storm Duster to pop like the openings and the Nightmare Pain to take away their win condition by just ramming into your stuff, and it had like Black Horn of Heaven and Solemn Strike to deal with like SP Little Knight and Access Code Talker and Chaos Angel, which are the only plays that threaten you if you kill the Nightmare Pain, right? So like,
oh well, there goes your answer of like how Ubel deals with back row. Also Access Code Talker, because I mean they don't really play that in the TCG, and Chaos Angel, but he's saying like he played Black Horn of Heaven like specifically to counter those cards. I didn't know that was the reason.
That deck basically couldn't lose to Ubel. The problem is if your opponent knows your full deck list and they have a Ubel deck, they're just not going to queue the Ubel deck. So once the deck list got out there, I just basically throughout the entirety of day 1, I was not able to play that deck again. I just didn't play it again.
Ding ding ding! For anyone who says it creates a level playing field, chat, it kind of doesn't. Because this is the problem, chat. I hate to say this. It's going to sound like glazing, right? The problem is Josh was almost like he's like too smart for his own good, chat. When you level the playing field, it also punishes. It doesn't just punish people who could be nefarious. It also punishes the people who are really fucking smart. You punish both sides. So the people who are really smart and do this shit, chat, the people in Yu-Gi-Oh history who create decks like CO Burn or the Cyberstein deck, chat, that sided in the Chain Burn, you know what I mean? The people who do like this complete 5-head shit, they also get punished too. The people who do the real smart stuff get punished because now there's like there's like no tangible results that they can achieve with it. If the opponent knows like, oh, well, I already know your 5-head plan because we just downloaded it. It's on this website. Now it just goes to waste. Like Josh get punished because all his thought process, chat, all the 500 IQ or 200 IQ stuff that he was gonna do is like it all just goes to waste now. So that's like the problem. Do you think Konami would sue Dkayed? No, but they should. But they could and should. Look. Personally, chat, if I was Konami, I would send a message. Like, okay, you already fucked up our world championship. The way that they could do this is easy, chat. Like, okay, let's say that they sent. Is it Master Duel Meta? Not Master Duel Mega. Master Duel Meta. He's already banned. Yeah, but like Cells, that just doesn't matter, right? Like if Konami banned me, even me, like it doesn't really matter that much. I can still make videos if I want. Okay, I can't go to YCSs. Like right now, I don't even have time to do that shit anyways. For Dkayed, it super doesn't matter, like at all. He hasn't played TCG in 10 years. He does not care about going to TCG events. But here's the thing, chat. Even if they did a C&D, right, for that, like, okay, he just takes it off his website. It doesn't matter. He's already gotten the views. He's already made the ad revenue, chat. At this point, the job is already done. It's already garnered the attention that he wanted. But what you could do, what do you guys see on this website, chat? What do you guys see? This is the front page of Dkayed's website. What do you guys notice? I see Yu-Gi-Oh cards here. Leaks? Something more apparent than that. And I'll give you guys a hint. Dkayed does not own it. In fact, fuck it. I'll just make it apparent. I see a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh characters, chat, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Does Dkayed Yu-Gi-Oh own the license to these cards, chat? I see Joey. I see Tristan. I see Bastion, Magical Scientist. What is it? 0 probability or success rate, 0 probability, something like that. I see Yugi. He don't own the rights to any of this. And if you guys think that the whole idea of, well, Cap, you can just put a disclaimer at the bottom saying that you don't own the intellectual, that shit don't matter. That only matters in countries that don't have copyright law, chat. Countries, there's like countries around the world, chat, that don't have like copyright laws, or their copyright laws are very different. But in the United States, where I would assume Dkayed lives, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he lives in like the Netherlands or some shit where they don't have copyright laws. But assuming Dkayed lives in the United States of America, he is subject to the copyright laws, which means Konami could sue him based on just this front page alone. They could essentially make him scrub every single Yu-Gi, just like Dueling Network, chat. They can make him scrub every single one of these cards, every single image of Yu-Gi-Oh, all of these images that are either owned by Master Duel or the Yu-Gi-Oh IP. They can make him scrub every single one of them off his website. And at that point, what the fuck would the website even be? It would be so aesthetically jarring that there'd be no purpose of having the website, chat. It's fair use, man. No, it's not. No, it's not. If it's fair use Spyfox, then, well, see, most companies, chat, they don't care when you use their like IP for the most part because it's advertising. But if a company really wants to, if a company really wants to go after you, chat, they can. You guys don't remember, chat? You guys don't remember that situation with the ROM site where Nintendo sued the ROM site, chat? They sued that couple who owned the ROM site, and Nintendo fucking won. Hold on. Wait, what's that website? Yeah, Nintendo fucking won. Let's see. because people like to think that Nintendo, or people like to think that ROMs are like fair use. Yeah, but there was a website. Oh, here it is. ROM Universe. Nintendo won an injunction against the operator of a ROM site. Excuse me, of ROM site, ROM Universe. And now a judge is ordering the site operator to permanently destroy all of its pirated games. The order is the latest chapter in Nintendo's lawsuit against ROM Universe that previously won it $2.1 million in damages. This was just 3 years ago, by the way, chat. If you guys think this was no, it's just 3 years ago. Konami could do the same thing to Dkayed. Seriously. And the thing is, you could be like, well, you know, well, it's not even, I don't really know what the like hesitation would be, because, you know, who's got more lawyers, chat? Dkayed, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Konami of America? Like, Konami has infinite lawyers. You know what I mean? Even if Dkayed wanted to fight the lawsuit, it just financially it wouldn't even make sense, because Konami has infinite lawyers and they just drag this shit out. It's like the situation that happened with who was that one YouTuber, chat? The fat one who did Vape Nation, when he got sued by that company where he did like a bad movie review or some shit like that. Ethan Klein, and the whole thing ended up costing him hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, you don't want to get into a lawsuit, chat. You know what I mean? Dkayed can crowdfund, not enough money. He can't out crowdfund Konami, Atenza. Like, he who's gonna pay Dkayed? Trump is out here struggling to fucking crowdfund, bro. You think Dkayed is gonna be able to crowdfund? Yeah, H3H3. Ethan, yeah, he won. Like H3H3 chat eventually won the lawsuit. But the point is, look how much money it cost him. Like, yeah, you won the lawsuit, and then it ends up costing you like $600,000. It's like, it's not even fucking worth the fight at that point. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Dkayed, you want to save your website? You want to prove that you didn't do any damages to Yu-Gi-Oh? All right, well, that process is going to cost you $300,000. $300,000 for Konami is nothing, chat. I don't give a fuck about $300,000. They're a $10 billion company. $300,000 is nothing to them, but it's a lot to Dkayed. That's like the whole point. It's going to cost Konami too. No, it really won't. This is a company that just paid, who is it, chat? Some fucking washed up dude from One Direction. They just paid him to be the Master Duel. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what his role was. The villain or something. You know what I mean? They just paid fucking some washed up guy from One Direction to be the Master Duel villain or some shit like that. You think Konami doesn't have money? They just don't have money because they don't want to give Yu-Gi-Oh players good prizing, but like they have money. They got money. And the stress over the legal battle, burning your time. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Would it benefit Dkayed in the short term, chat? Because he gets to make a couple of like clickbait videos and his stream pops off. And yeah, his ad revenue and his donations and subs will probably spike for the first couple of months. The problem is lawsuits drag out, they have appeals and all of that. And when people don't care anymore because it's not the sexy, spicy, drama of the week, after like a month, people don't care anymore. And that's when the financial aspects start going down. And then you're like, well, fuck, now I'm still fighting this company. So like, I guess the plan would be like to post a bunch of content about it, make a bunch of money, and then shut the site down. But it's like, that's just too much. What's it called? Zayn Malik. Yes, that's the guy. Okay. What are you spamming, Kaiba? Konami could sue, but they won't. Master Duel Meta says does way more good than harm. It's basically Master Duel Wiki. Oh, I said that. And the website's crazy. Like, yeah, the website probably, even though you could argue he fucked up the World Championship, chat, this website and really Dkayd's presence in general is a net positive for Konami. It keeps people interested in the game. Like it's like streamers. They're a net positive for your product. You know what I mean? Wait. You're not the mute Kaiba. What's it called? Players constantly use this website. As a common resource. It is the same reason why Konami could go after Dueling Book, but they won't either. I do agree. You have to post that multiple times, Kaiba. I was eventually going to see it. Yes, some of these things, chat, are what they call net positives, where they bring they not only bring people into the game, but they do something even more valuable than like bringing in new. Well, I'm not sure if bringing in new. There's anything more valuable than bringing in new people for business, but they retain people, chat. That guy who like always talks about how much he hates Master Duel and wants to quit because of Max C. But guess what, chat? He still fucking plays Master Duel. Like that's retention. That's keeping people to play your game, even though all they do is shit talk the game.